right on schedule, aren't we? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday evening. I'm going to do a couple beers after work, talk shit out, look at a couple things. Maybe I will delve into some deep, dark mysteries. Who even knows? Who even knows? Can you hear me? Do I have a 5x5, ladies and gentlemen? Hello. Gonna hold out for that. I've been talking, but I don't know if anyone can hear me. I see a 5x5 from the boss man, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. I'm gonna wait for confirmation from at least a couple more. I do have beer number one already open, ladies and gentlemen, so crack them if you got them. All right, thank you. Hey, Livingston man, yeah, Livingston man. Roll some theme music footage, bruh. You got it, dude.
The Livingston man, a hero in disguise. His legacy will echo through the skies. Forever remembered for his deeds so grand. The Livingston man, the savior of the land. His legacy will echo through the skies, forever remembered for his deeds so grand. The Livingston man, the savior of the land. The Livingston man, a hero in disguise. His legacy will echo through the skies, forever remembered for his deeds so grand. The Livingston man, the savior of the land.
Now you can hear me. Stupid buttons. Macro's broken. Mike is muted. Thank you, Mike. He knew that the mic was muted. Mike knew the mic was muted. What I was saying was, how about that theme music? That was brought to us by my other brother, Patty Roach, who is Mike's other real brother, my virtual brother. I love that even though I run all this stuff reasonably well on Mike's channel, as soon as it's up to me to do it by myself, I forget how to fucking live my life completely. I'm like, oh my God. Y'all should have just let me sit there and talk for like 35 minutes and I never would have known the fucking microphone wasn't even on. Ridiculous. I'll tell you what. So the other thing is I want to school you to something real quick because I don't know how much longer they'll do this or whatever. But maybe you're over on Hudson Valley Prep and Survival's little premiere that we just had before. They got this Opus 600 Exodus 600 watt little battery box thing. It's this thing. Okay. And right now over on their site, I bet you Mike will drop a link to it. This thing's $150. 600 watt little freaking battery box thing. 20 amp outlet, like enough for your little Christmas lights here. A couple bunch of USBs. 12 volt for the car. I mean, $150, dude. And if you use the code for them there, get 5% off. I say go get it now for $150. What? It's less than like a pair of American-made boots. Am I right? Another thing. So I was like at work today, you know, Monday and stuff. I drove a tractor like all day, dude. We got these dirt roads at the place. So I don't know if you know what a York rake is, but it's this the one we have is not a York rake. It's fucking the York rake. Like Mr. York invented this particular one. It's like the oldest motherfucker in the history of farm equipment, its teeth like regularly to snap off, and you always got to put new ones in it, like hammering them home like it's wearing dentures, right? Anyway, you hook this thing up after it tries to kill you with its lack of safety features. You get it on the tractor, and then our roads always wash out because there's dirt and gravel and whatnot. Every time it rains, we got to fix them and all this stuff. So I was like doing this. It's me in the orange shirt right there. So you see what we're doing here. We're turning a stream bed into a road, so it was totally fun. I was doing this all day. And the only way you can dig good with the thing is to go really slow. So it's like this it's a loud ass diesel machine. You're crawling just to dig all this silt up, and like Sisyphean task, you're just like taking all the gravel and stone back up the hill just to wash back down again. It's what I do, among other things. I had fun with it though, because at least it looks good when we're done. So I was happy about it. And those lovely ladies I work with, they're out there slinging shovels. I got it easy sitting on a tractor. Actually, it's like I feel like one of them should be driving the tractor, because that would be a really cool like video or like calendar series, like, you know, like chicks on fucking power tools and stuff out here slinging shovels and throwing dirt. I know women, I know two of them in particular, that work harder than a lot of other people I know, regardless of gender. Let me just say that. Donald, how you doing, brother? I saw you. I try not to pay attention to the chat, because all you guys more or less just say hi to each other the whole time anyway. I know you thought there was something you thought I was doing, and it wasn't pulling out cigarettes. So did you go get your solar bank yet? Okay, 5% off, bro. It's like $7 off. So you got 150 minus 7. It's $143. Come on, go buy the damn solar bank, man. You never know. If you got a pellet stove, you got a CPAP machine, you got like oxygen, you got just, you know, you want to, you know, the interesting thing is, okay, so when the power does go out, maybe a storm happens and whatnot, the power lines themselves take the hit. But a lot of times the cable and the internet like won't, because the power lines took the hit. So I was running the router and the internet box, you know, thingy off of it when the power was out, and then now we had Wi-Fi for our cell phones. You know, whatever you want to use the damn thing for, it brings you power when you don't have it. Take it with you, charge your camera batteries, jump your car, whatever, dude. You're an electrician. You're gonna pop all those breakers off, right? House is cold, you can't see. Now you can. Just bring your little battery box with you. If you haven't gone and bought one yet, I don't know what's the matter with you. Hit up Opus. They'll give you one too. They'd be doing the what is it? Opus Helps. They have this program. They give them to people that need them. If you need one, hit them up. Maybe they'll give you one. Enough about Opus. Get out of here. Michael and I, we got some things in the works. A whole lot of affiliate. Mike has become an affiliate to like everyone. He's like the concierge of prepping and survival, hunting and camping stuff. Like, he knows a guy. He knows a product. He can get you a discount on it. So you need to go over to Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Check out what's going on over there. All 13 of us. And a lot of people ask me, 13 of them to be exact, how come you don't have Mike on your channel, Livingston? What the hell? Yes, you're on this channel all the time. You think Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival is coming out for 13 fucking concurrent viewers? Bro, he's way more expensive than that. You better be somebody before he shows up on your channel. That's why you don't see him here very often. I mean, he's lurking in the chat trying to peddle his wares, but all them big guys, I'm telling you, they ain't digging the Livingston, man. I ain't never heard a shout out from the Angry Prepper. I ain't never heard a shout out from the NY Prepper. Nah, you know why? Because they don't want all their subscribers to get sucked out of them by my orbit, bro. I'll just be like, shh, they don't even pay attention to you no more, dog. Sorry. That's why they hating. That's why they hating. And then they cry. They're censoring my reach, bro. I'm shadow banned, bro. I got 13 concurrent viewers, bro. What you think? You don't even remember what it's like to have 13 concurrent viewers, bro. Mike's like, I'll get in the car right now, especially if I keep talking that shit. He's like, I'll show you a conspiracy. He shows up with Angry and the NY Prepper. I'd be like, oh, all right. I start throwing fucking spam at him. Like, eat this before you can come in my house, Angry. That'll be the day. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. doing yoga now. You guys doing it? Do it. Feels good. Plug those arms in. See them fingers? You're plugging them in. There we go. I feel better now. I was going to nerd out with you guys, but not quite yet. Only been at this, 10 minutes now. I'm going to talk about stuff too. I want to talk about technical stuff. If maybe any of you people in here, who the hell is even in here? All right. What do you mean, you people? Let's see. I'm going to try this, all right? Of course, we got Donald, Anthony, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival Fish Sticks. Miko Wolf, hello. CJ, the Preparing Prepper. Michigan Outpost. I'm probably going to miss half y'all. Dan H, what's up? Foxfire, my lady, how are you? Green Leaf is here too. Cool. Dan H, I'm going to say half your names twice and some of you not at all. There we go. I think I got you. Yeah. Well, I don't know how many. We only got 11 viewers now. That's why. It was Angry and NY Prepper. They're going to plot my demise right now. They logged off real quick. I'm going to nerd out about some stuff. If you're creators at all on this if you're watching here, I have some tips and ideas about some gear that maybe you would find useful. That's changed the way we do things around here. For all the little glitches and stuff that we have, it's like, because we're learning how to use like some new stuff that I thought would up the game some. That's all it's about. I ain't trying to flex. Nobody gave me shit and bought it all. But now I'm on the burdened to learn how to use it. What we do around here is as soon as we get good at using a piece of gear, we say, fuck that. And we put it on the shelf and we get a new one that we don't know how to use. That's pretty standard. This time though, for real though, I think I've got a good setup that works well and will last a while without having to get replaced in 6 months because it came across something new. Yeah, if I'm being honest. So I don't pay attention to the news. I guess everybody's still mad. So I'm like, whatever, dude. It's like your parents are like still fighting in the kitchen. You're still trying to get over. Like you're just like, oh my God, you guys. Like, are you done yet? What the fuck? And you go ahead and ask somebody, what are we fighting for? They don't even know. I don't remember. It's the story of world politics right there. Why y'all even mad? I don't even remember. It doesn't make sense. But for reasons that no one alive had anything to do with. That's why. News is boring anymore anyway. It's just, who cares? Who cares? That's the thing. Some things you should know about. Now, obviously, people are like, you got to know what's going on. I mean, yeah, I know what's going on, I suppose. They want you to think that every single thing is a thing that you need to be worried about and is like top headline, fucking big, like waste your emotional energy on it. It's just, it never is. What the headline says is not even what happened. And ugh, it's just why I'm for real with y'all. 3 beers after work. Gonna drink them. I said in the description, I don't even know where this will go. All right. Left the decision up to the viewer before I even made him suffer. You ever see them videos on here? Watch till the end. I'm not. I clicked the screen and that shit's fucking like 13 and a half fucking hours. I go, watch till the end. What are you talking about? Yeah, okay. I also hate like stupid ass shit. They're like, yo, let's see them life hack videos. Oh my God. I mean, some of these things are generally like genuinely impressive. All right. You're like, oh, that's a really cool idea. And some of this shit is like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, they're like building wrenches out of like nuts and bolts and welding and like stuff. It's like, hey, what if you just got a wrench though? I mean, it sounds like it was easier to just get a wrench. But I mean, in the rare chance that you need one and all you have is a welder and some nuts and bolts. Okay. Why are you in a place with nuts and bolts and a welder, but there's no wrench? It doesn't make any sense to me. And I was mad at myself because I clicked on it and watched it. And I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. And there it is. There's the story of social media. They trick you into clicking on it, and then you do, and you watch it, and everyone in the room is dumber now because of what you just did. Because you encouraged the shit. Now you're at fault. It's actually, you don't hate the fucking player, hate the game, and you don't blame the dealer, blame the user, however you want to look at it. And that's me on social media. I'm just doom scrolling out here trying to find something like that. I don't even know what I'm looking for. I don't even know. Find myself just like... Thumb hurts scrolling too fucking much. What am I even looking for? I don't know. It's not there. I know it ain't. Unless I create it. So that's where the creator comes across. That's why I just wanted to go live tonight because I I like to say I'm hanging out with you guys, but I'm literally not even paying attention to you. I don't even know what y'all got going on over here. Mike's still peddling his fucking products. Livingston, man, for governor of New York, I couldn't live in that Albany, Tammany Hall fucking house of corruption they got going on up there. No, the problem's not the governor ever. I don't care who you put in there. It's the established ass Albany. A lot of people forget that Albany's the capital of New York, not New York City. So between the two of them, between whatever, the state apparatus in Albany and the city apparatus in the city, they have a stranglehold on the entire rest of the state. And that proverbial swamp, they're just like these people in there. They've been there the whole time. They don't do nothing except in the dead of night, like 6 of them get together and pass major legislation that turns a lot of people into criminals overnight. That's their claim to fame here in New York. State legislation, anyway. Yeah, like a handful of Republicans in there, like, whatever, at least I made it. That's about all they're good for. For all these so-called Republicans in this state, they're wildly unrepresented. Probably because, everybody likes to work. Because I wanted to vote, but I had to work. Yeah. Red states and red counties and blue counties, and problem is population. Everybody points to the Electoral College and they say, well, this is why we have that. But we don't have, I'm pretty sure we don't have on a state level an Electoral College. But maybe that would start to help in places, in states, especially that are dominated by a city or two and then everybody else. And often the legislation that gets coming down and passed is not particularly, it's tone deaf to that, most of the people, but except for ones who live in the cities. And it leaves the rest of us to abide by laws that are not exactly relevant to our situation. Until you root out all that and you have to gerrymander or whatever they call it, you got to do a lot of redistricting. You'd have to revamp the whole way you even elect people before truly everyone will somehow be represented equally. I mean, I get the game of politics is to beat the other guy, but the problem with beating the other guy is that other 49% is still there and not going anywhere. Now they're just mad or whatever about it, and it doesn't solve anything. And then 3 people join their side, and all of a sudden they're in the majority, and then they shoot back with guns blazing and take down everything you just did. I meant that figuratively, by the way. It's just this constant, tit for tat, back and forth between always 59-49, 51-49. No outtakes here. We don't edit this shit. This is live. My 11 people. Sound off. Y'all the real ones. I'll tell you what. Stick around for this horse shit. I'll tell you what. How long we've been at this now. Oh, my goodness. And you're still here. I'm going to go a full hour, just so you know. So, yeah. So, current events in politics, I don't like this whole, I'm leery about the whole election season thing. I'm like, can America do this again? How many of these do we got left in us? It's clear, again, and I'm not advocating for fucking anybody to do anything about it. I'm just saying that this system, it does not represent the people at all. It always represents half of them. Something's got to give with this. And I think that's up to politicians to start becoming, I guess, maybe a little more centrist. I know some people hate that word, pick a side. Well, this is what picking sides gets you. 51-49 every time, every fucking time. And should it come out 50% by some strange case, they got a tiebreaker clause for that. America has about one of these vicious, just hate the other side elections in us. We got to stop with this. This can't be the normal thing. I get acting like this about the Super Bowl or the Olympics or sports. Okay, the WWE. Does that even sound familiar? You got your heels and heroes. It's all this political shit is. Well, they stand there and fight each other and call each other names on TV. They go sit down and have steak and all good buddies behind doors. It's just not in public, not for the cameras. It's got to be different. Got to say this. And if you think it's not even Kamala versus Trump, I don't even, because they do this to each other in the primaries. You know, you get 4 Republicans on stage and they sit there just shit talking the fuck out of each other until one of them and then they all turn around and shake his hand and swear loyalty to that guy. And the Democrats do it too. It's just, it's this pissing match until somebody wins. And then they all act like they didn't just rag the fuck out of each other. It's fake. You can't believe these people are genuine at all. They turn it on for the cameras and tell you what they think you want to hear. You being a person that they've put in a box, called something, made you believe that you belong in that box and now are called that, and now you identify as such. It's the trick they play on you. Don't give in to any of their games. They're all fake. It's all just entertainment. The fucking cop was cruising, dude. Wow. He had to be doing 110. Wow, that was quick. Thought he was coming for me, but he was going way too fast. What else is going on in the world? I'm kind of like out of it. I don't even know. I barely came out of my house on the weekend. And I spent Saturday with Mike making that video some of y'all might have watched, and I didn't really do nothing. We made a steak dinner. You know what we do with steaks? Here, you want to hear some sacrilege? You want to get mad? We take steaks and we put them in a crock pot with gravy and onions and shit. We just let it shred down like a corned beef. I don't care. I ate grilling steak. Such a high stress thing. I'll cook burgers and dogs and all kinds of shit on the grill. Chicken nuggets. You ain't never tried that. You got to get those dinosaur nuggets and put them on your charcoal grill next time you're grilling. Whole different thing. You'll never put them in the microwave again. And you never should have in the first place, but I'll forgive you if you never do it again. Air fryer is another way to do it. But yeah, we put the steak in the crock pot and we just let it sit there for 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever. It falls apart, turns into like meat spaghetti, I call it. Put it over noodles, put it over whatever. It turns into like a stew thing. It's good. Miko Wolf says New York became a rich state. Hope this year in New York going to be a red state again. Tell me you have to replace the governor with the Livingston, man. You can do it. I listen, I don't like leaving the house. There's a lot of this campaigning shit gonna go down with that. Not to mention my social media history. I mean, I have already accepted the fact. But that being said, some of the shit that these people are coming out with, like you read these politician celebrity people's books, or you go back and they dredge up the old tweets and whatever else. And I swear, I have never said shit that was as stupid or as offensive as some of these people. Yeah, I was catching 30-day bans left and right. I got stars and bars for my service in the meme wars back in the day when that shit was going down 2016, bro. I fucking plowed through accounts. I was like 8 people in the thread. I was like fighting with myself just to maintain deep cover amongst the leftists. The blue-haired necrophiliacs. I lived among them. I learned their ways, how to get inside their heads. I know what they're thinking. You would shudder to know what they're thinking. You want to know why I am the way I am? Because I've been there, man. I've seen it. Speaking of hungry, winning streak, I bought, they got these Spam singles. There's like a single little 2-ounce slice of Spam and a little foil pack comes. So I bought 24 of them. I'm going to be doing a video about my unboxing. That'll be fun. In the store, they're too expensive, and they almost kind of are. Like at this point, they're like $2 a piece. So you're essentially Spam is like $1 an ounce, I guess. But not all the way up. So if you buy like a can of Spam, it's 12 ounces for like $4. But instead here I'm getting 2 ounces for $2. But what I can do is eat a Spam sandwich and not be obligated to eat 12 ounces of the shit. Like that's a family dinner thing, not like a lunch sandwich. I'm not opening a can of Spam to slice off not even half of it. And then you ain't coming back for that. You're not coming back for the Spam. You're not going to be like, you know what? I'll save that for later. Okay. No. You either get to eat it all or you don't kid yourself. Nobody's doing that. I'll tell you another thing you don't do. Fry the Spam and prepare it, but now you've made too much. So you're like, fuck it. You know what? I'll just put it in a Tupperware and next time I'm going to heat it up in the microwave. Okay. I did this so that you don't have to. Don't ever put spam in the microwave, period, let alone after you cooked it once. It turned into like, you know those like boots that fishermen wear? They got the felt on the bottom. But now, so imagine that felt was made out of like uncooked ramen noodles that looked like spam. That's what happens if you microwave spam. So now you know, again, you don't have to do it. And never mind the smell coming out the microwave. It will get you in trouble, fellas. Don't do it. Your wife is not going to be happy at all. Just leave it alone. Don't take my word for it. I know I kid sometimes. I mess around with y'all, but on this one, just believe me, don't do it. No, I'm talking too much when my cigarettes go out. Perhaps you've heard of the Southern Tier Prepper. They are currently, holding a contest for someone to produce a theme music video for them. The prize is a gallon of their award-winning homemade mead. If you're the type to, send songs to the Southern Tier Prepper. I don't know if Mike is still here. He could probably drop a link to that too. I don't have mods either. Like I said, I'm speaking to 13 esteemed individuals right now. Only us big brain elites are over here on this channel. All those like smooth brained folks are over out watching the big name preppers. I mean, only real ones show up for this, and I appreciate y'all. Southern Tier Preppers here. Awesome. If you've been here, sorry, I don't pay attention to the chat. I'm going to have to repeatedly make this clear. I forget to look at it. Plus, it looks like I'm looking over here. So weird. I could turn on the fake eye contact thing. We got this AI shit that makes it look like you're always looking at the camera, but it basically gives you fake eyes, and it's the weirdest looking thing in the world. So look, no AI. I'm saying we have a motley crew over here on this channel. This is for people who know how to suffer with dignity. I'll tell you what, they're like, you know what? I'm just going to sit there and listen to the Livingston man fucking wing it for like an hour while he smokes cigarettes and drinks beer. I ain't got no script here. Every time I do this, I'm like, fuck, man, I don't even know what I'm going to talk about. Sometimes y'all help me along though, and I appreciate that as well. Sometimes I do look over at the chat. I'm like, all right, cool. Hell yeah, only the biggest brained, fucking highest IQ people are over here on this channel. This is like Rick and Morty for cool people. Those nerds that watch that show are weird. Grew up in Hudson, New York, matter of fact, but Hudson Man was already taken, so I went with Livingston Man instead. And then they turned around and named the town after me, which was awkward, but that happens to you when you're me. I appreciate it a lot. Where are we at? We are at the 2-minute mark before I nerd out about something I've been wanting to get at y'all again. Remember, I talked about content creators. We're going to get to the content creation thing. Let's see. Okay, so Southern Tier's contest is for an intro, outro, video music. Preferably both would be cool. Get yourself in the running. Maybe send her an email. I believe I saw it was southerntierprepper@gmail.com. Anybody else? Donald could use a theme song. If anybody needs a theme song, I think somebody needs to make Donald one too. Donald's from New York. He lived in Bronx, bro. 2-bedroom apartment was $800. Now we're talking 1990. Yeah, 1998. Oh, it's cigarettes for $2.50 a pack. I remember when they went up to $4.91, and I was like, I don't know how much longer I can afford this. 20 years apparently is the answer to that question. Everybody needs a theme song. And I mean, I'm lucky enough to have the best one, but test it. Go ahead. Mike's isn't bad either. That one for that Wednesday show, that's pretty cool. More people need that. And I know people. I could make you a theme song. I know my man Patty Roach can make you a theme song, but you can make you a theme song too. That AI stuff isn't too bad at doing that, from what I understand. 2 minutes. No, I'm only through one beer. This is how you know I'm talking too much. It's a good thing. This is why I get hammered on Mike's live stream, because he fucking interrupts me all the time, and I don't have time to drink, because I have to sit there and drink because he's like yammering on about fucking prepping and survival or some shit, and you're like, my God, I mean, who wouldn't drink? I'm subjected to this. I gotta sit here. The EMP, bro. EMP, bro. I'm like, I don't know what I was thinking, Mike. I fucking, beer. Okay? And he's like, wow, Livingston man's got controversial opinions. I'm like, I got a fucking drinking problem, dude. And that's what it is. No controversy there. Shit. Anyway. Theme songs for everybody. When I'm governor, everybody's getting it, all right? Fucking state-funded theme songs, all right? We're cutting something. I don't care if it's band, chorus, football. Some educational department is getting its ass fucking erased. Everybody's getting theme music. Then we can revisit fucking co-ed racquetball or whatever, okay? And you know what? The richest school is getting hit the hardest, all right? I'm not canceling small-town sports programs. I'm canceling big-town bullshit, right? Yo, imagine if, like, you ever see these movies with the cheerleaders in them and they got like you go to the basketball game and it's like a professional thing going on. I mean, this is too much. This is supposed to be high school. The high school I went in, there was 50 of us in my graduating class. 49 after I did not graduate with those people. I can't imagine schools where there was 100 and something people in your graduating class. Never some of these big, huge, like, California, New York City, whatever, like big, huge, like school district schools where there's 1,000 people. Holy Christ. I'm not sure, besides a couple concerts I went to, that I've ever been around that many people, let alone just every day you show up and deal with that. That's cosmopolitan shit, man. I mean, then call me a country boy because I don't know nothing about any kind of social structure such as that. 7. All right, finally got through the first beer. That literally took a half an hour. I'm fucking disgusted with my performance. I can do better. They are ultras after all. You'd think I'd drink them faster. Fucking story. Never got my beer. I like my beer. I ain't even trying to flex. This shit costs too much for what it is. But the rest of the shit they have at this place, they refuse to have like Pabst Blue Ribbon or any sort of normal like working man's fucking beer. They gotta have all this piss water fucking IPA with a varyingly high, like ridiculously high alcohol content. You're selling this at a gas station, like, why is everybody driving drunk around here? Because they just bought a 24% fucking beer from Alltown that tastes like panther piss. It's just stuff more hops in it, bro. People like IPA drinkers be like trying to convince you it tastes good. Like, bro, I'll just go huff the litter box. Like, I don't need that in my life. Like, you squeeze that cat piss yourself, huh? You gotta come on with that shit. So gross, man. Don't even try. Like, I know y'all gonna sit here and talk. Yeah, everybody's I don't think so. IPA is, oh my God. And you know what? You ever seen like drunken sailors? Like, the way they act, they just fall on themselves. That's how you get that way. IPA was invented out of necessity. It's not because anybody thought it was good. It was the only way to make beer on the ship last as they went on a 4-month voyage to fucking India. Okay, that was the only way to just punch mad hops in the shit and hope for the best. You guys staggering around drinking this sour piss beer. I'm fucking pirate now. Yo ho ho ho. They're lucky they could even sing that shit. Hammered, staggering drunk. Fucking, they selling this shit at the gas station at the expense of Pabst Blue Ribbon or Rolling Rock. What's the matter? Too cheap for you? I think that's the ticket. I think that's the problem. They don't want working men in the store. They want fucking tourists in the store, apparently. Everybody works up here at that Walmart. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Piss beer. Ugh. And they always try to tell, it's so good. Like these fucking gourmet coffee people. Like, dude, you better get cool about some shit real quick. All right. If you rely on someone else to make your coffee for you, like, please. These are the same people that tell you it's unskilled labor. Yeah, they can't even fucking do it, though. So that's very interesting that they call it that. Careful what you call unskilled labor, unless you're going to go in the back and make me a Whopper right now. You know so much. See? Wouldn't it be cool? See, everybody's like, yeah, I could do that job, but they don't. Just fuck off. Making other people do it. I have this camera. The weather's hotter up there, higher up in the room. I think my cat has been brushing on my foam filter. How many of you people am I holding hostage here? 12. All right, as promised. Let's talk about some nerd shit. That is empty. That's not. Some of you know that I often have one of these things in my pocket. It's a GoPro. This is a Hero 12, latest and greatest so far. Rumor has it a new one's on the way. Had that for like a year. Got it about September last year, if I remember right. This is my new, I got this at tax season. This is an Osmo Action 4. This is from DJI. This is the other, right? You got Fender and Gibson here. Chevy and Ford, whatever you want. Whichever two rivals you want, but Pepsi and Coke. That's probably a good one. But one of these I am finding much sweeter and much easier to use. All right, now content creators. A lot of you maybe have like an action camera. Although I do notice a lot of people use their phones. I don't use my phone, so I'm not going to delve into using the phone. But I use action cameras a lot. Number one reason is you can take them outside. You can drop it. You can throw it in the dirt. You can put it underwater. You can really not want to do any of that with your phone yet. So why I like action cameras, they can do 4K footage. They have stabilizers. In a lot of cases, most likely better than your phone, although some of you probably have advanced phones. But at the end of the day, one of these things is, in my use case, the best way to go. All right, it's going to be hard for me to break it. It can stand the elements. If it's raining or doing whatever, I don't have to put it away and be afraid. I don't have any external lenses and bullshit to deal with. Also, it's not a full-on camera. I don't know how to use those either. Go to college and learn that. A lot going on there. Huge investment money-wise, too. Action cameras generally run $300 to $400 for a camera and a battery as a general rule. So, I use the GoPro a lot. I love the GoPro. It did what it's supposed to do all the time. The one thing I always hated about it, couldn't see good in the dark. So when tax season came around, I got the Osmo Action 4, and it's an adventure kit. It came with 3 batteries, a charging case for the batteries, a long like pole. Pole's like almost kind of too long, and something else. 2 mounts for it and something else. But it was a great deal because a GoPro was like $350 for just the camera and a battery. So for the other $50, I got 2 more batteries, a stick, and a whole little case and everything. Keep it going. Cool, whatever. Now, I've used DJI drones before, which were also good, but I had never used a DJI action camera before. So then what happened is started just playing with things, and what I realized immediately is a cage. That's what it came. The other thing came with this little cage that's on it. So the number one thing about the DJI is it looks different from the GoPro, sure. But resolution-wise, it's still there, but it has a much bigger sensor, like half an inch. I guess it'd be something it's about a 1/4 inch bigger around all sides. So not a big difference, but bigger sensor, more light. Can see better at night. And it also has sort of an AI feature that fixes it up and denoises it. When you're in dark places and the stabilizer gets confused. I like that about it. So I used it a lot. I finally got that hair off the thing. There we go. Happy. Like that for it. And then another thing about the GoPro is if you're a GoPro user, if you want to ever move this to a different mount, they have a million different mounts, all these different mounts and these places you can stick the thing. But every time you have to take the screw out and take it off and then put it back on and screw it back on. And if it's dark out or you're trying to do this with gloves on, it's impossible. With the DJI, to remove it from one mount and move it to the other, you just and click it. It does and it's just locked on there. So all right, point for the DJI in terms of mount. Then DJI came out with a wireless microphone system. Now, my wireless microphones aren't here. To use a wireless microphone with a GoPro, you need this whole apparatus on the outside of it here, this Media Mod thing. The GoPro itself actually looks like this. Just a little camera. But you need this whole Media Mod thing to have the access to these ports on the back that let you use an external microphone. DJI goes along, comes out with a little wireless bug that pairs directly to the camera. No wires, no external accessories required whatsoever. here's another win, because now you can just clip this thing to your shirt, plug in, turn on, and it connects to the camera automatically. You're done. You're ready to rock and roll. So much faster than dealing with all the nonsense with the GoPro. Again, and the GoPro is also waterproof. You can put it in the water and stuff and have fun with it. Not with the media mod on it. So if you're trying to vlog or do something that's got like we need good sound, you kind of have to be careful with the GoPro. Now it's just any other camera. You got to put it on a plastic bag or, keep it dry, not go outside. Not with this guy. I can hang this out the car window in a snowstorm because the microphone's on my shirt inside the car. I can stick it underwater and still talk to it. It's killer. Point for the DJI once again. See, GoPro's not losing this battle because GoPro went first, and then DJI saw every little feature that they kind of could implement and then like answered back with the Action 4. They didn't come out at the same time in secrecy, and one of these guys just sucked and the other one didn't. DJI just was like, let's see what the Joneses do, and then they just one-upped them. But it is an absolutely great little camera, and it lets you shoot in all kinds of different modes and resolutions. It lets you shoot time lapses, hyperlapse. A hyperlapse is a stabilized time lapse. You would put this, like, say, on your bicycle or clip it to your shirt when you're going to go for a walk, and you get a time lapse, but it's not juggling all over the fucking place. It can do slow motion right out of the thing. In the GoPro, if you want to do slow motion, you have to shoot in a certain frame rate and then go in and edit that later and to slow it down and make it work. The Action 4 can do it in camera. The footage that comes out is in slow motion. No extra editing necessary. Point for the DJI again. It does lack some accessories that the GoPro has. It does not offer anything like the media mod to be able to plug like certain like big like shotgun mics and stuff into it that I have seen. So there are some limitations, but when you have a little like lapel mic on you, I feel like, again, it's just winning. There's no wires, there's no nonsense involved. If you're a creator and you're looking to get an action camera, I would recommend, just for ease of use and be able to just whip it out of your pocket and just start doing stuff, the DJI Action 4, specifically I think it's the Adventure Kit. I think it's called $400, and you take that with you and you're good. You have everything you would probably need. Maybe grab a couple more of the magnetic clips, because they do use the same sort of GoPro mount. If you have a lot of GoPro accessories, you can get these little magnet clips for the DJI that hook to GoPro accessories. So that's kind of what I did. Like, so I have like this, abominable hybrid of like a GoPro pole with a DJI mount on it. Maybe GoPro will come out with this new, the Hero 13 is on the horizon. And if the internet leaks are to be believed, this one will not only have a new max lens mod, which will give some super wide field of view, but it's going to come with a macro, or I don't know if it'll come with it, but there will also be a macro lens that you can put on it. Action cameras have a fixed aperture, so they focus on everything all the time. You can't do the bokeh, thing where the background is blurry. But the other thing they have is that once you get too close to something, it can't focus on it. So what they're trying to fix with that is they're going to have a built-in macro lens for it. Or, well, it won't be built in. It'll be an accessory, and it'll be probably $100. So here's what GoPro is going to do, if I'm right, is they're going to come out with a camera it better be good, because they've been stuck on the same form factor and sensor size for a long time. Like, they've been doing this 1/1.9 sensor all the way since, I think, the Hero 10. All right, so we got the 10, 11, and 12 have already been rocking the same sensor and are practically the same camera. They need to step up. They need a bigger sensor. People want a front touch screen. I thought they should do is make a wireless mic to keep up with DJI. And if they're just still offering like these accessories. Don't come at me with some brand new, here's a $350 camera and it's cool or whatever. It does a few things the original one did. But I have to buy two now, like $100 lenses for it to get full functionality. Like, this thing just does everything out of the box. There's nothing you got to unlock. This is an Action 4. Osmo Action 4. Doesn't do any of that to you. There's no, oh, well, if you want this, you got to buy the Max Lens mod, and you got to buy the Media mod, and you got to do this. They're just like, here, just if you get the wireless microphone, you're ready to go. So for accessories wise, besides mounts and poles and whatnot, DJI gets the points again. If you're asking me today, which action camera should I buy? You're in the market. Get a DJI Action 4 Adventure Kit, and it's all you need. Let all of this crap that I ever bought be your guide. I'm seeing the stuttering. Are you guys seeing the stuttering? I hate the stuttering. Yep, see, I did it. I hate it. I just won't watch it. That's what I'll do. Yeah, so that's the thing about the tech as far as that. Look at this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, a special guest has appeared. Have a seat.
What's up? Stream crashing. You were talking about the cameras, and I was totally geeking out. Do I have a
Step up.
microphone?
Step right
I
in.
have a microphone. Hello.
I don't know if anybody knows this guy, but
Hello. I heard this is where all the intellectual cool people hang out.
yeah, big brain shit.
And we're having beer after work, so yeah. Cheers. Beers after work.
Completely unexpected.
May I borrow a coaster?
Yeah.
Gracias.
So yeah, I was geeking about the cameras. I don't know how much of it you saw, but
All of it? Well, I was watching the whole way here.
oh, cool. And what I was about to do was step into the live stream arena with some of this stuff.
Yeah, this stuff is awesome, man. Awesome.
Starting
Donald,
out-
good to see you.
If you have ever watched all the way back to some of our original live streams that we did, we had a camera mount on a tripod.
Yeah.
But a phone, like
Yeah,
grabber,
yeah.
little grabby
Oh.
phone thing on a tripod, and we would
The
yell at it.
The thing that we had was from like Five Below, the cheapest phone mount you could ever see in your life. I think we had just crested the 1,000 subscriber mark, so we could live stream from the phone. And we're like, "Wow, how freaking cool is this?" You know.
Yeah, now they just let you do it. You don't even have to.
And
earn
our
that.
good buddy Robbie was the voice. So awesome, man. Take it back to the old school days. It was a lot of fun.
He really did crash the stream.
I did.
Now I can finish the beer, like I was saying. He's
Yeah.
interrupting me the whole
Yeah.
time.
Now the concurrent viewers should go through the roof. I think I'm still watching in my pocket
It's gonna be
too.
so big.
So. But I don't know why, but there was no sound on this particular one earlier.
Some stupid macro. They're all broken. I was moving shit around.
Did it get better? Thank you, Chance.
Fixed it.
Yeah, easy peasy.
If I do it again, though, I bet you.
And
right,
it looks
hell
like
with
the
that camera.
volume button is just off for some reason on that one.
Well, so I was going to get on that. Some of you guys, if you're live streaming from your phone, that is probably one of the better cameras that you have, as long as you're like reasonably well lit.
Yeah.
But so then audio is where a lot of us are at a disadvantage because you can sound. I'm not going to call it good, but you can sound loud.
Sure.
If especially through webcams and through the phone, it does a lot of weird stuff to the signal
audio.
itself. So what you can do is get like a USB bug for your phone, and use a little wireless microphone.
Yeah, I used one today in my afternoon live stream that I did. I used the old school DJI one. Worked great.
Yeah, it ups your sound game a little bit. If you're at all worried about perhaps sounding amateur, like some kind of beginner, like the look and sound of it is going to matter to you, perhaps. The webcams we've used for a long time, those are like $60 a piece. They're Logitech C920s.
Yeah, they're really good.
They look good. They also have built-in microphones, although again I wouldn't recommend them. There's also USB microphones you could look into.
The Yetis, Yeti Classics, Yeti Nanos, all great microphones. You guys, you don't have to spend a lot of money to sound decent. You could some of the ones off of Amazon, even cheaper than the Yetis, are still really good quality. It's all, what's the biggest factor in a microphone, Livingston man? Is it the size of the microphone itself, or
Yes, that definitely plays into it.
Okay.
There's also different kinds of microphones. Like our Yeti microphones, that's a condenser microphone.
Okay.
It's powered.
Right.
So it's very sensitive. You can be back here and still talk.
And it'll still pick you up. Gotcha.
These are called dynamic microphones. They're kind of meant for you to talk directly into it.
You got to be
Or
right
else,
there.
when you get further away from it, the proximity effect is really noticeable.
Yeah.
It depends on your environment, your taste, really.
Well, and your voice as well, because I can talk to these microphones from back here, and you guys can still hear me pretty good because I've got a big full voice. And if I get in, I can talk a little bit softer, and it doesn't blow your eardrums out. Talking my inside voice, the wife calls it.
Now, and to use these, you need the booms or a stand and all kinds of. There's special cables involved here. Using microphones like this did for me was bring my training like a recording studio environment.
To the podcast setup.
Instead of like all this stuff I wasn't used to, a USB this and all this weird stuff, I didn't know how to use it. Like this is more my element kind of thing.
Yeah.
But so many options out there. But number one is your video quality is generally decent, especially if you're using your phone. It's where if you're using a laptop or something like that, where you might suffer from visual.
Yeah, some of the laptop webcams are only like 360p. They're not very high resolution cameras.
Right, and so you might end up looking like you're kind of on a Zoom call. Now a lot of people will say that it's not really, especially on a live stream, that it's not really the graphics that matter; it's the audio. So back to that. But of course, a camera upgrade is usually rather affordable. But I would almost never recommend using the one that's built into your laptop or even
unless you have something like brand new. Those ones can be good, but the older ones, I agree, they suck.
Right, and I've also noticed that people who live stream from their laptop is.
Oh yeah.
I can't make it do it fast enough.
The jumpy screen.
Right, or if it's sitting on a table, like it'll wobble, and it's disorienting if you're watching. Now, if you're listening, it doesn't even matter.
Oh, the iPhone 15, Donald, way to be.
Now, of course, our newest fun little toy we have is, of course, this PTZ webcam that I'm using here. It's what that means is pan, tilt, and zoom.
Yeah, PTZ, is that what that means?
Yeah.
PTZ, pan, tilt, and zoom.
It doesn't have a yaw control. It can't turn on its side, but it can look up, down, left, and right.
Yeah,
and
it is really cool.
It can track you too, which is cool. This thing was also affordable. This is I can't really show it to you, but it's an OBSBot Tiny 2 Lite.
Yeah, really cool camera. Really cool camera. You put it on a tripod and kind of center it in the space you want to shoot, and then you can pan it around the room. It's super, super cool.
You can show it like little gestures, and it'll come here.
Yeah.
See,
Isn't that neat?
And
does the thing, man. It's cool.
It's just cool, and the price of the thing. This was $179. So it's expensive for a webcam, but it can shoot 4K 30. What we can use this for is like a studio cam.
Yeah.
To make 4K resolution productions. We're doing 1080p now for the live stream, but it's a full-fledged camera in its own right. You could shoot videos with the thing. So I said, why not?
Livingston, man, I bought ages ago when I first started the channel. I got the new phone.
That little freaking
thing. I still have it right now. It's called a Pivio, and it's basically a little AI controlled motor that you clamp your phone into, and you open up the app and open your camera through that app, and then you select it, just draw the little box around yourself or whatever it is you're trying to shoot, and it will auto track you as you do your thing. And it's gotten better through the years. They've gotten a lot better with the AI tracking and stuff like that.
This one will track you too. I'm just not sure which of us it will. Okay,
oh, well, you're the boss.
There it is. To track me. So if I just wheel over here to grab a guitar.
Yeah, it just follows the Livingston man around.
And it's cool. You can't hide from it either.
You're trying to hide from it. Trigger Bar Philosopher, good to see you. Thank you for stopping by tonight. All y'all folks in the chat, I don't know if you have or haven't yet, but there is a like button on this bad boy. Smash that bad mamma jamma. Make sure that you are subscribed, if you're not, to the Livingston Man channel here. That's a big thing.
I don't have a lower third for you. I
crashed the
wasn't
stream. I
prepared.
don't even deserve one.
Wasn't
I don't even
prepared
deserve
for your
one.
entrance.
No, I was grilling chicken and you started talking shit and I was like, I'll get in the truck right now. And then I was like, man, I
told
got
you he was
chicken on the
coming.
grill. I can't leave
Is
yet.
angry-
So it
or
took
it-
20 minutes to finish the freaking chicken.
There's Angry and NY down there. They're in my kitchen, aren't they? I'm gonna go down there. It's gonna be
Oh yeah. No.
brawl like preppers.
No,
Got
Angry
a problem
is
with me.
Angry's downstairs with the dog. Yeah, and Greg is talking with the boss lady. And yeah.
I found my spam collection. That's why I heard
Oh
the
yeah.
pantry
Yeah, I came
opening.
to raid it.
So that's all you gotta do. Call them out, and they'll come out the woodwork.
That's right.
Trigger bar philosopher. Welcome. I have not seen you here before. Welcome.
Yeah, he's been looking at the DJI too. Trigger Bar Philosopher, I totally am starting to come to the dark side with the Livingston Man. I'm ready to trade in the GoPros for the DJI just for the simplicity of the continuity with the microphones like you were talking about. I think that's a huge selling point for the DJI versus the GoPro. GoPro doesn't really do microphones. They do action cams really well. But, DJI has been making professional grade film equipment for a long time, and they've got it all packed right into this little camera, man. I got to be honest with you. I think this is the best camera in our filming arsenal,
Let's see if we can get her to zoom in again.
and I do really, really like this thing.
Inside the O, where it says action here, inside the O, there's actually this little eye that
Senses light.
it senses color. So when you set the auto balance, like the auto white balance,
Okay.
it just kind of knows what to do because it can see what it's working with.
Fantastic.
I have been trying. I took my GoPro out the other day and was messing around with it, and like it felt clunky. I mean, you put the whole thing together. It's like this big. It's big.
It's heavy.
It's got like wires sticking out of it to use any kind of accessory. Just like it looks primitive compared to like no, this is just it, man.
So recently, I took my which one is it? Which one is the 12?
That
This is
one.
the 12. This is I took my Hero 12, basically dressed just like this, on this guy with one of them Enduro batteries in it, plugged in, and I took it to go golfing with my good buddy I haven't seen in ages, and we tooled around the golf course with it. It rode in the golf cart in the shade. It was warm, but I mean 83, 84 degrees. So not scorching. And this thing had a lot of trouble. I was filming in 4K 30, nothing fancy. And this sucker was in meltdown mode. It was so hot, I physically couldn't touch it. To disconnect it from the thing, I had to like jam my fingers in there, and I pulled the battery out and just tried to give it some air and let it cool down. But the GoPros are super prone to overheating, and I have experienced it multiple times in multiple places. The golf course was one of them. Another one was filming in the hot tent. Filming in the hot tent, I had some issues with it overheating there too, where it just shut down. We're talking 70 degrees in the hot tent. It wasn't scorching.
What happens with GoPros is they're especially prone to it is I want to say it was the Hero. It's the Hero 10 there's modes in it. One of them is called tripod mode,
Okay.
where it shuts down a lot of that stuff, but it limits you. The other thing GoPro does that's so annoying is they give you these modes, like so on tripod mode. So here's where you're going to make it so it doesn't overheat. GoPros are action cameras. Their original thing was you're going to strap them to your wrist while you're on a surfboard or a snowboard, skiing. A lot of times cold weather, even the batteries, their big deal is they last in the cold,
Yeah.
but they overheat.
yeah.
So what happens with GoPros when it doesn't have wind blowing across it, when you're not skiing down the hill, they overheat. So tripod mode was this thing where it's going to make that not happen.
Okay.
But it locked you out of frame rates, resolutions,
Stabilizer.
right, and stuff like this.
Turns
So
all
where-
the cool features off.
right, you couldn't sort of hack it to make the damn thing work, and they sort of fought their way out of it by just limiting you. The other thing GoPro does, it's annoying. In terms of resolution versus file size, 4K is awesome, great, yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
But at the end of the day, when people are just watching you on a cell phone, I like 2.7. Let's call it 2K. It's half. It's between 1080 and 4K.
Yep.
Decent file size, decent resolution, right up the middle.
Yep.
GoPro simply on the Hero 12 locks you out of that resolution. You just can't use it.
No, it's
It
either
shows
4K
it-
or 1080.
It shows it to you, but the only time you can use it is in 240 frames per second
Whoa.
for slow-mo, which again, it does not process in camera. The-
Trigger Bar Philosopher was just talking about the frame rates on it. He uses it for slow-mo shots for shooting into ballistic gel. Can't
Nice.
beat the 250 frames per second until you get like a $10,000 camera. See,
Right.
there is a place for everything, and everything has its place.
Well, let's check it real quick. Now, we got 2.7K, 240 out of that thing, right?
Yep.
All right, so let's set the DJI to 2.7K. I can only get 120 here.
Okay.
I can get 240 at 1080 with this.
You can get 240 at 1080. Well, that's not bad. But I mean, 4K, man. 4K is
What we
something. The
want.
clarity.
What we want is
We want it all. No, I'm just joking.
we want 480. I want 480, like 1080p, 480 frames per second.
Yeah.
It should be possible by now. If some cameras can already do 4K 240, give me 1080 480.
Southern Tier Prepper, we'll take it back for you. So, frame rate is the amount. Basically, any video that you watch, they used to be called motion pictures for a reason, because it's just a whole bunch of pictures stitched together to make things move.
Right. So imagine your video camera is a camera.
Yep.
And if we're talking about 30 frames per second, then imagine your camera is taking 30 pictures
Every
per
second.
second.
Correct. Yep. So as you scale that up, that's just what it sounds like. So if you're talking 250 frames per second, that's that shutter opening and closing 250 times in a second. And what that will get you is extreme detail, no motion blur whatsoever, and as true to the eye as I think you can possibly get, especially when you play it back.
The human eye can see something like between 120 and like let's maybe say
Yeah.
160, 180. So if you, no one is shooting a whole ass video in 120 frames per second. Their
Yeah.
file size would be enormous.
It's
you
man,
talking
it's hell on a computer.
Imagine
Hell.
120 high definition pictures per second.
Correct.
Okay, so
and that's why you end up with file sizes in the in some cases 6, 8, 10, 12 gigabytes
Yeah, at
for
4
a single video file.
we find generally that 4K 30 is a gigabyte per minute
Yeah.
as a general rule.
Yeah.
Now 1080 knocks it way down and actually lets the computer work a little faster.
Yeah.
Again, when considering your audience, now some of our viewers anyway, watch at home on their TV.
Yeah.
Now, this is where maybe you don't want to be streaming in 4K, just doing what we're doing right now. You can read my shirt, right? Good, the resolution's good enough.
I gotta move my camera.
But whereas maybe we're going to go do something out in the field, go to some really scenic place, then you shoot in 4K because you want people, whoever they are, to be able to see all the killer detail of shit. It's just file size is brutal. Getting into the video thing, we quickly found out that you need a rather powerful computer,
Yeah.
and you need
External hard drives.
Yeah,
External. You
big
want to.
ones, the biggest one you can afford.
Okay, so honestly, the Livingston Man and I purchased a small hard drive early on. Now I say small, we're talking 5 terabytes. I think it was Livingston Man. Five
think so, yeah,
5
I mean-
terabyte hard drive, smaller one, and we started dumping videos onto that. And I'm looking at the Livingston Man. I'm like, man, we're gonna fill this thing up pretty quick. We should get a big one. So I bought a monster. It was like.
12
Yeah,
terabyte. I
12 or
think you bought. 14
terabytes. It was huge. It had its own power supply. I mean, it was a legit Seagate hard drive. It was a big one, big money too, man. I got to be honest with you. That thing cost a fucking fortune, Livingston Man. And I brought it over and we hooked it up and it was doing the thing. And we were gonna store everything on that, and keep the computer clean was the goal, and keep everything off of the PC and onto these hard drives so that we didn't bog the machine down, and
safe, backup storage for whatever reason,
And then Livingston Man went to open it one day, and it just didn't work. And whatever we had on that is gone. It's gone forever. There was stuff that we had filmed and uploaded that just disappeared forever.
Yeah.
It
just completely.
It just ate it all. It ate it all. And,
Now maybe somebody could have hooked it up to something else and brought it back and shit like that, but it was just
end of the day,
and was done.
in less than 30 days, the thing didn't work
BLT
anymore.
was good.
And we shipped it back, man. I sent it back to Amazon, and they returned it. So be wary, man. You wanna find something that has some killer reviews. You want to find good reviews. You want to find
If you want a killer review, I'm going to name off, in terms of computers and parts for them, I'm not going to get into specific products, but just names. All right, I'm going to call myself a snob, right? But I prefer Intel processors, NVIDIA graphics.
Can't argue with that.
When it comes to external, when hard drives in general, Western Digital. I
that's
never
been
met
rock solid for us.
Seagate drives do that shit that he just said. It's a thing. Now I'm gonna knock on it, but Western Digital is good.
They've been the truth, yeah.
Now now there are a few things. While we shit on the GoPro, there are some things that it does the DJI does not do.
It's
All
true.
right, now you heard my gripe about the GoPros can't see in the dark good, but actually where they shine is with their night modes, they call them.
Oh yeah,
There's
but you
one-
can't move it around. You have to keep them extremely still.
Right, but if you have a tripod or something like this, you can do really cool stuff with a GoPro at night. It will open up that
Yeah,
sensor
trigger
and
bar.
not do. The DJI doesn't do anything like that. Maybe some of you've seen the videos like the star trails that the GoPro can do.
Yep.
It can also do like the vehicle light trails and stuff like this. That's super cool. Also, GoPro subscribers.
Oh yeah, you get that whole cloud thing.
You get unlimited cloud storage. All you do is when you, within a certain setting in the camera is when you plug it into like a power supply, say to charge it, it uploads everything that's on your camera to your cloud account. And not only that, but it makes you a cute little AI generated video of whatever it was that you shot that day.
Now DJI has some hookups with some incredible editing software. When you purchase some of their equipment, they give you free trials to different things. They work fantastic. I have just skimmed the surface of some of them, but I think that's what should be coming from DJI soon is some sort of cloud storage for them. If they don't already have it, I'm sure they probably do.
The editing apps for both of these kind of not great in my opinion. They both have like a companion app. I read a review, and maybe I was just so excited, or I just knew what I was up against. But I read a review where this guy was mad because they bricked his camera because he didn't activate it.
Oh,
And an Action 4, but in the same, but I was a little torn because at the same time he got a free review model they sent him, so he
Right.
didn't, but then it was set for Chinese language.
okay.
And he goes on to explain that he didn't know how to change the language, so he just went with it and tried to use the camera, and then had a bad time. And I'm like, well, but he claimed that it bricked him out and wouldn't let him use it until he activated it through the app. Now I don't remember having to do that with mine. I might be wrong. Or
Interesting.
Maybe because I got an American one. I don't know.
Well, it could be that you're already in DJI because you have a
have a
DJI.
drone?
You have
Maybe that
a
was why.
DJI account. So once you log into your account and
Now-
you just register a new device, you probably don't have to go through all that again.
Now, if that's true and you do not have a DJI account and they brick your device unless you have one, I don't like.
So what I could see is
GoPro does not do
You
that.
would so GoPros you have to hook to Wi-Fi to get updates, right? You have to update the camera. You have to hook it to Wi-Fi to get updates. The same is true for the Action camera. To do any kind of updates, it requires that internet connection. You don't necessarily have to plug it into a computer,
truth
but you
be
may
told-
have to
Truth be told, they both can be done from a computer. You will need to go and download a driver and the update and whatever. You can do it without the app. In GoPro's case, what it also does, the app lets you use it as a remote control. So, like, say your camera's somewhere. I knew we were going to lose one of them. If your camera's somewhere, maybe you can't reach it, or it's awkward, like you have it up in a tree or looking down at something or whatever, you can use the phone to start the camera and see what the camera can see. It's very helpful.
Yep.
And anymore, everything, you know what I want to do is, like, one day you're going to need, like, a fucking account and a subscription to, like, use your toaster. I'm, like, tired of it. I should not need an account. It's a toaster. I don't need
you know what I
an
think it all
email
comes
address.
back
It's a
to,
toaster.
Livingston, man, is the great data collection from
That's all it is.
Big Brother. That's one thing that they're building like crazy is data centers, man.
It would blow you away to know how it. The lie, the one the one they wish you would believe is that your social media app is listening to you. If you knew the true scope and depth of what is actually occurring with data mining, you'd be horrified. You'd never pick up an electronic device again.
Yeah. Toaster conflicts with the fridge. 404. Stove not fat.
Yeah, I'm saying, and that's gonna be that's prophetic. That's prophetic right there.
Chance Paladin writes the books.
From the Gospel of
Writes
Chance
the
Paladin.
Books. Got the receipts, son.
Staying on
No.
Staying on the tech, maybe you're a person who has multiple, like, inputs or something that you want to use. Now, we use this thing. It's the Vocaster 2.
Oh yeah, this thing. This is what makes all of this
It's upside down.
super crisp, super clean audio possible.
What this little audio interface, this is called, it's a USB audio interface. Search around on Amazon or the internet. This allowed, we have two microphones.
Thusly, the Vocaster 2.
Correct. There's also a Vocaster, I don't know if they call it one or just the Vocaster, but there's one for a single person.
Okay, single microphone. So the 2 denotes just 2 mics.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So what it has is these two microphones plugged into it with it also has a companion program in the software here in the computer where I can control its levels. It shows me little faders and whatnot.
It has auto gain, which is really cool.
You just push the button, talk like you normally talk. It automatically sets your levels for you, and you're good. I have a guitar amp through an auxiliary input plugged into it. It can gather not only my music software's audio output, but the regular computer audio output. Like, say I was playing Spotify or whatever.
Yeah, share a page.
It can connect to my phone via Bluetooth, where, say, if I called Mike on the phone, he would be, it's like he's on the show, like, hello, caller.
Yeah.
All in
How
one little
about
box.
that last caller?
One little box, it's $100.
Yep.
I bought it just because I'm like, if this thing does at all what it says, I'm like, that is exactly what we need. We can pull in a bunch of different inputs. They're all right in front of us, plugged into the same stupid little box that sits on the desk.
Control the volume right there.
And it does just that. It's fucking unbelievable. I really, really like the thing. Even in my music studio work, it's good enough to use for that.
Yeah. I'm excited that we get to use headphones and look like professional podcasters. And for those who don't know, tomorrow night, Livingston, man, the Four Horsemen ride on the Roaming Prepper channel.
We're going to go on with the man
Prepper.
Roman himself. Now it's going to be on Rumble.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be on Rumble.
Well, I think
Maybe he'll simulcast.
I think the Roaming Prepper does a bunch of simulcast stuff now. So,
all right, cool.
We could be all over the place.
If you subscribe to the Roaming Prepper,
Horsemen riding tomorrow.
Pete's awesome. He puts the out and bugging out homies all around. He's a traveling man.
That's right.
That'll be fun. We always have a good time over there. So that'd be you, me, Vision, Preparedness, and the Roaming Prepper on the same panel. And we made like this super group. It's like a band, y'all.
Yeah, we're calling ourselves the Four Horsemen, or the Horsemen for short.
And let's see what else. As far as tech, we have all of these lights.
Oh yeah,
lights,
you got to have lights. Listen,
and more than you think.
So we started with big old incandescent light bulbs, right, and some umbrellas to gain some lighting here. Look at that, poof, better lighting. Science. Bitches.
Oh, you like colors? Do those
yeah, the big umbrellas, the big light boxes, all of that crap. I thought I had to get everything. You know, I thought I needed all this professional grade photography studio stuff. I was going to film for YouTube. I need all this crap. It sits in a box.
Fucking cops are here.
You'll have that. It sits in a box, collecting dust now. Maybe never to be used again. It's a waste of money. Get
Everything-
yourself a little ring light, man. A little ring light, cheap LED ring light, multicolored, multi-spectrum. That's all you really need. That's all
And,
you really need.
Depending on your use case, that one, the little ring light in particular, runs off of USB. You could plug this like right into your laptop, and the light works.
Yeah,
No
you don't need a plug nearby or anything like that.
These other panels that we have.
Oh, those are cool. These are cool. These light panels. Look
This
at
one,
this guy.
it went dead on us, but these
Yeah.
are cordless, and they change color and do all kinds of cool shit
Yeah.
too.
Betty
important-
Lou, I think it's 730, 745.
745.
745.
A lot goes into it, and there's a lot of learning curve. So again, take it from us, like, because what you can do is kind of find your way. That's what we did.
Yeah.
We knew, like, we'll get
Finding
big
your
stuff,
way is fucking expensive, Livingston. Man.
Yes, and if I could go all the way back, man, I'm telling you, I just would have grabbed one of these.
Save some money.
Couple things.
Not bought the 8s, 9s, 10s, 11s, and 12s.
My GoPro Hero 8 was the first one I bought. It was as a matter of fact, with the first stimulus check, I had like extra money, and I
the
was like, you know what?
stimmy?
And with the uncertain times, all right. So I didn't know. Maybe I needed
We
to.
got to film the fall of society.
I was like, maybe I'm gonna have to become a YouTuber or an OnlyFans model. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a GoPro. And at the time, that was a big deal. Like that was like me buying a guitar. Like I'm stepping into the unknown here. I'm gonna get a GoPro. I remember the first stupid video I made with the thing. I bought it. I had no fucking accessories, no mounts, no nothing. I'm holding it in. And the first video I ever made was just me hanging it out the fucking side of the car. and I watched it back and I'm like, this is fucking amazing. You know, like now we're all spoiled rotten fucking kids.
God.
You know, all this shit.
Yeah, we got a lot of tools. We've done a lot of stuff, Livingston, man. We've filmed.
Some of it's like putting
A movie.
a toolbox together. You know, there's stuff you can be like, yo, we gotta. Fuck, I forgot about.
We
this
filmed
thing.
a movie with 3 GoPro Hero 8s and 1 GoPro Hero 10 with a Rode mic on top of it.
Yeah, and the little tiny fucking these. We didn't even have panel lights and shit yet.
No, we had these little tiny squares.
This little guy here.
That's it. That's all we had. Ulanzi little lights. They're great.
I have 2 of them. These are
They're
so
fantastic.
useful.
Those
They got magnets. Not on here, though.
well, that's aluminum, Livingston, man.
Chinesium.
Speaking of movies, Livingston, man, fall is approaching, and I think if we plan and we plot and we, well, I got to tell you, I might need Chance Paladin's help. I'm having some writer's block on Operation Polar Eclipse. I did some writing, but I got kind of stuck on it. And, you and I had discussed it with a couple other people as well. I hope, the world kind of chills the fuck out so we can have fun and maybe film some more cool sci-fi type, stuff.
Okay, right there. Content creators. All this nerd shit was for y'all. Hopefully, you're either relating or listening.
Trigger Bar
identifying.
Philosopher appreciates it.
This is the thing. Go out there and have fun. As soon as you start worrying about what you're doing, so you start trying to one up yourself. Of course, always push the envelope and do better.
Yeah.
But Mike and I found ourselves a little bit almost like a creative route called writer's block. And then we were trying to make the video for the Opus thing. And it was like, you know what we need to stop doing? Fucking
Yeah.
around. Just play the fucking song. We know how to do this. But we were...
Like a creative choke almost.
Right. Like,
Plus, we had some camera malfunctions during that whole thing that were a little strange, in my opinion. I think things should have went differently. But I'm a firm believer of things happen when they're supposed to happen, and yeah.
it's one of them things that don't ever stop having fun doing this. Don't ever like stop laughing at your videos and having a good time when you're looking
Yep.
back at them editing. We sit here and fuck around like
Oh, man.
so hard.
Oh,
what were you
it's
saying? He's
funny.
like, this little unit, this little unit, this little unit. This way there's no fluctuation
There's
in
no
this little unit.
fluctuations in this little unit.
Yeah, just having a blast, man. And don't,
It's got to be fun. It's got to be fun. For your video to be awesome, it needs to, one, kind of be, in my opinion, organic. I don't like the scripted type stuff unless you're so good at doing scripted stuff that you can just, make it seem super nonchalant. I'm not capable of it.
I feel like every one of the videos we ever made like went its own way and we just let it. And it was
Absolutely.
and it ended up being kind of better than what we were thinking going in.
Be creative, guys.
Have a plan, but I promise you don't need one. I've been
be
yakking at
creative.
you 14 people for like we're going on an hour and a half here.
Wow. Be creative. That's a big
I have
thing,
a
man.
plan coming in here.
Don't. If you're making videos for other people to accept them and like them, they're probably not gonna.
You kind
You
of
have to make these videos for yourself and just be honest and upfront. And I hate the people who want to be somebody else in a video and then you meet them in person and it's like, who the fuck is this dude?
not only that, but if you're just gonna say what everybody like, I don't know, quote, maybe wants you to say, or if you're gonna play it safe, I'm gonna use you're just wearing like capri pants now. You're just doing what's trendy.
You got your tight pants on.
And what happens though is like you don't stand out. If you're just gonna do what everybody else does, you don't stand out. And
Yeah.
nobody. That's why nobody will remember your name. You just got in line with everybody else and did what they did. Now, I get it because you look at these guys and you're like, yeah, that's really easy of you to say, Livingston. But I'm looking at like people with 1 million subscribers and millions of views and
Don't
shit,
compare
and they're all
yourself to
saying the
them.
same shit.
Don't compare yourself to them.
That's why they suck, though.
Yeah.
I don't even know who like famous YouTubers are. They're like, he's a famous, like Mr. Beast. I swear to God, I've never seen a video. Because you know why? I wouldn't watch that. Why the fuck would I watch whatever the fuck he's doing? I'm some stinking rich fuck. I'm going to go like film myself like helping the homeless. I hate that. I hate that. How about you just help the homeless without the camera? What if we just did that? But no. Then you were self-righteous and made it about you, and I didn't like it. I'm a real snobbish YouTube user. So I try not to put out videos that I wouldn't watch. But of course, like I said, I'm a fucking weird dude, and my followers know this.
I want to put out something that's educational, but it ultimately has to be entertaining. And if we're not having fun doing it, it's not going to be entertaining, and it's going to suck. And I don't want to put that kind of content out. That's why we have big gaps on Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival between when we post videos, because if we're not in the mood and we're not feeling the vibe on whatever, there is no fucking reason to film that. It's going to look like shit. It's going to come out like shit. We got to be vibing. We got to have everything right. And the spirit has to take you through the camera. You know what I mean? And that's when you can really produce good quality content that people are not just going to watch, they're going to love, they're going to share, they're going to tell their friends about. And that's how you grow, man, is this original content.
How you grow is we grew 5 concurrent viewers since he crashed the stream. I see what's going on. See, I pulled out that
I shared it.
star power.
I shared the stream. That's what we do for the homies. I do it for everybody out there.
For the creators or the people who aren't. Like, now everybody here has what YouTube calls a channel.
Yeah, whether you use it or not is up to you.
Well,
I think you should.
And the thing you'll have to get used to, and I say this all the time, for every video you ever saw of me on YouTube, go to my channel. I don't know how many videos I have, a handful or more. There's like 100 of them you never saw. But what you do is you just get used to talking to this thing, whether it's your phone, your camera, or whatever.
Or
just,
don't. Or don't, Livingston. Just
get-
point it the other way.
Right. Get used to having it and using
Yeah.
it. And, take some time and go through the stuff that you've accumulated after a certain amount and be like, you know what? Put it together, but stop being afraid. This is my catchphrase. You always looked like that. You always sounded like that. Nobody's surprised except you. Biggest thing that happens to everybody is they hear their own voice and they can't handle it. Get used to that. You sounded like that the whole time.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of hearing my own voice either. Everybody's like, "Oh, you got the golden voice." I'm like, dude, it sounds like shit to me, man. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Tighten preparedness, exactly. And another thing I have mentioned before is that I sometimes use it as therapy.
Yeah,
Maybe
man.
there's something that's not related to my channel at all, or is never meant to be posted. But what I can do is just rant and rave and piss and moan.
Yeah, get it off your chest.
Yeah, watch it back. Be like, this is you being like this.
There you go.
Whatever, and
Self-reflection. That's big.
and then delete it. But at any rate, what you get used to is breaking that fourth wall. Look in here. You guys, I can't see you. Like, you can see us. We're like, everybody's looking at us right now, but there's nobody. There's a camera.
Yeah.
It's about like, instead of staring a person in the face, you end up having to get used to staring that little green light in the face. Or else it looks like you're looking over here and it's weird. Ladies, on that note, when taking a selfie, for the love of God, please look at the camera, not the screen.
It's tough. I look at the screen too.
You look like
Okay.
this.
I'm ladies. It's
Look
true.
at the camera. Okay, once you got your shot, look at the screen. Once you got your shot, look at the camera, press the button. That's how we do it. See how
Chance
I'm looking at
Paladin,
you?
we do this live, man. There's no why bother deleting it? It's there. It's been said. You know what I mean? There's no taking it back. I try not to say things that I would regret ever.
You don't let the intrusive thoughts win. I do sometimes, and look where that gets us. Negative 51 subscribers. That was me.
And there they go.
Got them. Found the bots.
But live is live, and if you're worried about saying the wrong thing or pissing the wrong person off, then you probably shouldn't go live. Honestly, maybe you should just record videos. Maybe that's your thing.
I'm still learning myself a lot. I often stutter and stammer a bit because I'm trying to choose the right word. Maybe it's even
I'm not saying it, Southern Tier Prepper.
society has ingrained things on me I wish it didn't. Like, is the propensity to like have to choose my words carefully, and especially when it comes to things like, well, gender. I really try to shoot like up the middle with that, like they. Especially when I'm talking about like other folks' YouTube channels, whether I know they're male, female, or somewhere in between, I'll just simply refer to them as like what they're doing over there.
Yeah, or
You know,
them.
this, that, the other thing. I work in an industry too where I have to deal with like the public, and sometimes it's not obvious like how this person is putting it down. So you just go with they, folks. You use the neutral terms and shit because this day and age, this shit
I
gets you in
love
stupid
folks,
trouble.
man. Folks is a
Folks,
great
this works.
word.
Listen, if you ain't folks, get the fuck out of here. If you ain't folks,
You ain't our type.
fuck out of here.
Folks.
That's typical. That's that Terrytown.
to stepping,
that Terrytown,
folks.
Westchester. Fuck out of here. It doesn't even have that shit. Ain't even got no vowels, y'all.
Bring me back a bagel.
Like spell that word I just said. Fuck out of here. I didn't even spell that.
Fucouther.
A-H-H. I didn't pronounce no R syllable. I didn't say
E
fuck out. Fuck out of here.
He
Imagine
said Fucouta.
it's the Livingston Man channel. We say the F word around here.
EAR.
We don't do that demure shit either. I hate that.
Never heard of him.
You know what it means? Shy.
Chance Paladin, I got the fiber today. Well, I've had fiber internet for quite some time. 1,000 megabytes a second. And you saw what they did to my live stream this afternoon. I was literally 25 feet from a router.
Too much for him.
And nah, bro, it was every time I got onto like a real relevant topic, I would look down at the phone and it would just be the spinning wheel. As soon as I said a couple of key words, it was a little spinny wheel.
Got him. It's that fiber shit. It's just 5G with a wire attached to it. Not that great. Ladies and gentlemen, in our last minute, I'm just going to thank Hudson Valley Prep and Survival for doing the whole, he
Crashed
see
the
what he
stream.
did.
I was grilling chicken. I didn't even get to eat. I just like handed the wife the grilled chicken and said, I'm going to crash this motherfucker's stream. I'll be back.
You see how badly I threatened his empire? He felt the need to show up and then take over my shit. He
I
sits
didn't
down,
take over.
sits down talking about fucking grilling chicken and whatnot. I was only gonna talk for an hour, but here we are with an hour and a half live stream. Because with the Livingston Man, you get a little extra. Okay, we're doing 10 frames. That's for Quakers. We do time and a half. All right. An hour. We put in work on the Livingston Man channel. I want to thank you for stopping by, boss. That was definitely unexpected.
The only
I
reason
looked up,
I
I'm like,
wasn't
I
here
heard
was because
somebody
I
coming,
didn't
I'm like,
get
no
a
way. I'm
formal
like,
invitation, Livingston.
I explained this to your viewers already. You wasn't coming out for fucking 13 people.
I came
Come to
out for
find
less.
out-
Matter of fact,
come to find out,
I came
you
out
showed up for
less.
11.
Matter of fact, I remember coming up. I remember doing this with no viewers, and then we would just post the shit and hope motherfuckers watched it.
Get 50% extra free. You see what's going on here? I don't even have a money button. If I wanted you to give me money, I couldn't even. All right. I don't have Venmo either. Save it. I'm fine. I'm
He's
good.
got something. He's got something. I'm just gonna throw.
I gotta.
Hang on
It's called a
You know
job.
what he's got? He's got the boss man here.
I thought he was gonna give me the fucking. I brought you a physical
10
gift.
spot. Right.
That's right. Just throw your proverbial
$5.
tips.
See?
Throw a one in
We're
the
good.
chat for
There's
the
a
Livingston
one in the
Man, all
chat
right?
for the Livingston Man.
Just throw a one in the chat. Save your money. The holidays are coming up. You guys, this was
Yeah.
super fun, and let's appreciate the boss man
Nah,
stopping
man,
by,
I
showing love.
appreciate you, and I
go
don't want you
downstairs.
to ever think that you're not loved here. You're gonna go downstairs and get straight up beat up by the RNN and Greg NY Prepper.
Hey, you know what? I'm ready for it. I'll bring that Olight Warrior X.
He's gonna blind him with this really high-powered flashlight.
Angry don't even know I got that spam.
Subscribe, share this live stream, help the Livingston Man channel grow.
We had fun.
just want to help content creators, and the Livingston Man does his thing, bro. Does his theme, and that theme song. Please tell me you can do the theme music over again.
I can do that again. Ladies and gentlemen,
I need that.
and everybody in between. Thanks for coming by. This is super fun.
The